Hello, everyone, and welcome, my friends, to day 2 already of this beautiful challenge on magnetic confidence, challenge exclusively for women. I want to welcome you again with a humongous hug because we're going to be on a journey together for the next days. Just to do a little fun and easy warm-up while everyone is connecting, please let me know in the chat where you're connecting from and maybe which part of the world you're in. And I will just be reading the comments here on the right side of the screen. Finland, Florida, Tallinn, hello. Cape Town, that's so beautiful. I was just discussing about that. Virgin Islands, New Jersey, a lot of variety over here, right? Are there any guys here today? Just write a yes in the chat. If no, women power today. USA, Egypt, Brazil, Puerto Rico, that's so beautiful. Guys, so a few things to get you set up for this transformation, guys. As usual, number one, quick logistics side before we jump in. You're going to be training with Rolene. So this experience is deeply transformational, exciting. And one thing you have to know is that once our speaker is on stage, she is going to be training you on a few incredible topics. So please be prepared to take notes. Number two, submit the questions in the Q&A box at any point of the session, upvote, and then we're more than happy to address them. Number three, dedicate time and focus and play full out. Don't come here 50%. And number four, show up, take part, and stand a chance to win one of the Mindvalley's premier certification programs or memberships. Today is about developing sustainable self-confidence. The real acid test of a self-confident woman is whether she can sustain it over time, even when the going gets tough. On this day, you will discover practices and mind shifts for embodying self-confidence unconditionally, regardless of your emotional state and whatever challenges arise from life, and also the people around you. My friends, now it's time to give a super warm welcome to Rolene and let her take us to this beautiful journey today. Rolene, welcome.
Thank you very much, Bianca, and a very warm welcome to everyone. Welcome to day 2. I must say that I am so grateful once again to be here with you. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with me, with Mindvalley, and basically deciding to work on yourself and your own confidence. I'm really proud of you for taking that step and for showing up once again here on day 2. And so happy to see women from all across the world joining in today. So I know that time is your most valuable non-renewable resource. And today I'm going to give my everything to make sure that this session is well worth your time. So thank you very much for joining in. Just a little bit of a catch up from yesterday's session. I am super excited and interested to hear how many of you actually asked friends, family, colleagues, what your skills, talents, and potential is and are. I see Annika, I did, David, I did. Let me know, what are those skills, talents, and potential? Let's just take a few moments to debrief and let me know, what are your skills, talents, and potential that you would like to magnify by developing self-confidence? Tech savvy, honest, persistent, problem solving and organizing, powerful healing voice and creativity, writing. I see Katie is saying painting, creative flow, empathy, so many wonderful and life and world changing skills, talents, and potential. So I'm so happy to see that you have more clarity and that you are more aware of your God-given skills, talents, and potential. I think that's a lovely foundation to have and something that's very important specifically for us as women to do. So I'm going to share my screen and I would just like to walk you through what we will be discussing today, just to prepare you, if you give me a moment. Okay, so today is all about sustainable self-confidence, just like Bianca mentioned, that the real acid test for a really confident woman is whether she can sustain this for years to come. So are you wondering whether it is possible to sustain your self-confidence for years to come? And are you also feeling that your emotions might be getting in the way of you and your confidence? If those are some of the questions that you have at the moment, you are on the right spot, in the right place, and we're going to go through some of these today. So my bold promise for you is that by the end of today, you will know exactly how you can ensure that the development of your self-confidence is sustainable for years to come. You will also have a rock solid foundation for the development of your self-confidence written black on white. And third of all, understand your emotions 10 times better. Who of you would like to understand your emotions 10 times better? Any hands up? Okay, me. Yes, so I really hope that by the end of today, you're going to understand your emotions 10 times better. So for the longest time, I thought that self-confidence is a very abstract term. It's something that you cannot really measure and something that you're either born with or not. But I've realized that self-confidence is not this abstract term. And through yesterday's session, we all realized that self-confidence is a skill that you can develop. But still, yet, it's sometimes shaky and sometimes there. To give you an example, when I just started my Instagram account, I grew from obviously initially 0 followers to, let's say, 1,000 or 2,000 followers. And as soon as I became Miss South Africa and later in the year Miss World, I grew my Instagram following grew to 370,000 followers, which it is at this moment. And what usually would happen to me is I will post a picture on Instagram. And a few hours later, I will go through this picture, I'll read through the comments, and the first 15 comments would be really positive. Thank you very much for the inspiration, or I love your earrings. I actually saw on the chat right now, I love your outfit, or you look so beautiful. And as these positive comments flooded in, and as I saw these positive comments, I felt my self-confidence meter rising. And then all of a sudden, a negative comment. And can you guess what happened to my self-confidence? My self-confidence meter crashed. Has that ever happened to you? Whether it is perhaps comments on social media, whether it is what people around you say about you. And the worst thing is, nothing about that picture changed. It was the exact same picture with the exact same caption. The only thing that changed was my perception of the picture. Nothing else changed. So it wasn't really valid for my self-confidence meter to go up and down as I read the comments, but yet it still did. So it was my perception about what other people thought about me and said about me that changed how I felt about myself. And I recently read a very cool and interesting quote by someone that says, I am not who I think I am who I think you think I am. And in today's day and age, we are so open towards what other people say we are, and we base our confidence on what we think other people think we are and how good we are, that our self-confidence is not sustainable because it's based on things that are constantly changing. And I have a 5-year-old son and a 2-year-old son. And one of their favorite stories is the one about the wise and the foolish builder. I'm not sure if any one of you heard about the story and the parable about the wise and the foolish builder. And they absolutely loved the story because in their minds, they could see the wise and the foolish builder. And it's a story that comes from the Bible, I think in the book of Matthew, where they talk about this foolish builder who starts building this amazing house, but he's building this house on sand. When the floods come, when the rain comes, the foundation is shaky and the whole house just collapses. Where the wise builder builds his house on a solid foundation. He builds his house on rock. And when the rain comes, when the storm comes, the house is rock solid. It's on a very strong foundation. So the thing is, when we base our confidence, our worth, and our identity on things that are constantly changing, it is the most dangerous thing we can do, because it's almost like building your house, your self-confidence house, on sand, on something that is changing, something that is weak. So when you attach and build your confidence, your worth, your identity on things that are changing, like what you look like, your achievements, the amount of money in your bank account, then you are building your house on sand. Let me know, what are some of the things that you are currently attaching your confidence to? What are some of the things that you base your confidence on? And trust me, I've been there, I've done that. I don't know if you can see what's happening here in the back of my Zoom window. I have tried everything to regain my confidence, and I can see my career, my job success, creativity, what I look like, my body, my weight, my accomplishments, my career. What else? Relationships, another very important thing. My social life, my looks, my partner's opinion, marriage. There are so many things that we build our confidence on. And if we don't realize that we are actually attaching our worth to things that are changing, to things that we don't have control over, it is already a step in the right direction. So I've been there. I have tried to regain my confidence and my worth and my identity in things like a sash or a Miss World crown or a medical degree or marrying the man of my dreams. And yes, initially, my confidence needs to rise, but soon after, it is shaky again. My confidence is shaken up again. So that is the most dangerous thing we can do. And I'm so happy that all of you mentioned in the comments on what things you are currently putting your confidence in. Because today we are going to shake that foundation a little, and hopefully we're going to take this confidence house of yours that you've trying to build so desperately, and we're going to relocate this house on a rock solid foundation. So who of you are ready to make sure that your confidence is based on a rock solid foundation? Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. A little question. What do you think is the one thing that world-class athletes like Serena Williams, Usain Bolt, Roger Federer, Simone Biles have in common? What do you think these world-class athletes have in common? Discipline, determination, confidence, perhaps, resilience. Yes, of course they have all of those. We can name so many attributes that these have in common, that these athletes have in common. But would you agree with me that for them to be really world-class in what they do, they need to have the ability to do what they do without even thinking about it, almost like having this muscle memory. It's almost like second nature, just doing what they're doing without them realizing that they're doing it. What enables them to do what they do without them realizing it, without them even thinking about it? According to me, the one thing that they have in common, the one thing that allows them to do what they're doing without thinking about it, is because they stick to the rules of their game. But before they can unconsciously stick to the rules of their game, they need to know the rules of their game. So, what do you think would happen if Usain Bolt had an early start every time he ran a race? Would he still be able to break world-class records? Unlikely. So because he knows the rules of his game, he's not allowed to have an early start as one of them. And he practiced this every day in and out, and he sticks to this. He's able to be world-class in what he does. But Usain Bolt obviously knows the rules of his game, and he's competent at sticking to those rules. What would happen if he had to play tennis against Serena Williams? Do you guys think he would still be world-class? Would Usain Bolt still be world-class if he had to play tennis against Serena Williams? Probably not. Why? Because of the rules of the game changed. So what I want to get here is that in order for us to be world-class in who we are, in order for us to gain the confidence, sustainable confidence without us having to think about it, without us having to do it consciously, but it becoming an unconscious thing that we use, we have to know the rules of the game. But what are the rules of the game? What are the rules of your life? The rules of your confidence? So I actually saw this post on the Facebook group, and this was so valid to what I wanted to say today. This is a post by Cherry Grant. Not sure what to say. I'm having a wild hair day. So Sherry, usually my hair has a wild hair day every day, but today I had a quick fix. But like most ladies, I know I have to reinvent myself in my elder years. It doesn't come with a rule book. I feel I'd like to get some of my sassiness back, confidence, be my own cheerleader again. See you in 4 hours. Showtime is at 3 a.m. So well done, Sherry, for waking up at 3 a.m. to join us. But I just wanted to share this. Sherry feels like there's no rules to the game. There's no rule book. Nothing really shows you how to live your life, how to build your confidence. And yes, I thought that this was the exact same thing in my life, that there's no rules. How am I supposed to build my confidence if there's not a set of rules or a guideline that I can follow? But today we are going to set your rules. We are going to gain clarity of what the rules of your confidence is. So are you ready to discover your set of rules? Your foundation for building your confidence. And the most amazing thing about this set of rules is that this is a set of rules that will stay the same throughout all areas of your life, throughout all the times of your life. This is not a set of rules that will change. So I see a lot of people are really curious about what this set of rules are. But I'm going to guide you through a little practice where we're going to gain clarity of your set of rules. And your unique soul print is the rules of your game. Your soul print is the rules of your game. So I want all of you to take your fingerprint, to look at it, and to realize that this is a unique fingerprint that no one else has. No one else has this fingerprint. And just like no one else has your fingerprint, you are unique in this fingerprint of yours. No one else has your soul print. Your soul print is what makes you truly, uniquely you. And this is a combination of your unique skills, talents, and potential, but most importantly, your core values. So your soul print encompasses exactly who you are, who God wanted you to be. This is your talent, your skills, your potential, but also your core values. And I know that it's so easy for me to ask you, okay, Julie, what is your core values? It's easy for us to think, oh, it's love, respect, and compassion. But is that really who you are at the core of your being? Is that really your soul print? And today we are going to go through a little exercise to gain clarity of what your soul print is. And I actually recently, well, it was quite a while ago, where I watched a video of Vishen, the founder of Mindvalley, where he spoke about the word soul print. And I absolutely fell in love with that term, because that is such a beautiful description of who you are, your soul, and your uniqueness. And the reason why your soul print is the foundation and a rock solid foundation for your confidence is because that is authentically who you are. And it's so easy for us to try and be like someone else, to put our confidence and our worth and identity on what we think people think we should be. But when we use our soul print, that's where the true magic happens. When your soul print and your confidence are aligned with one another, that is where the magic happens. So are you ready to go through a little practical exercise to gain clarity of your soul print? Let me know if you are ready. Okay, so first of all, I want you to think of the past week. And I want you to think of 5 instances where you were extremely happy. 5 things that made you extremely happy. And I'm going to give you just a few seconds, perhaps a minute, to really hone in on this. And if you have your little diary with you, please write that down. What are the 5 things that made you really happy during the past week? And as you think of them, feel free to share them in the chat as well. I see Lisa said last week wasn't that exciting. Whether it's big or small, whether it was eating a wholesome meal, whether it was seeing your little boy walk for the first time, what was the things that really made you happy? I see nature, my nephew, saw the first house, connection, enjoyed my kids, hugging my son, sunshine, beautiful. So whatever made you happy, accomplishing a goal, gratitude, walking the dog. Okay, perfect. So I want you to write that down on the one side of your paper. 5 things that made you really happy. Now I want you to sit back and think of 5 things that happened in the last week that made you angry. 5 things that made you really sad. And I know it's difficult to think of these things because there are so many things happening in the world at the moment that we don't really want to go there. But 5 things, write down 5 things that made you unhappy or sad or angry. Unfair things, Ukraine. One of my employees giving her resignation after 5 years, negative people, the news headlines, a breakup, reporters, So being unappreciated, the war. I want you to now look at these 5 things on both sides of your paper. And you might be wondering, why on earth am I asking you to do this? But the truth and the secret is that your soul print, or rather your emotions, are the window to your soul print. Our emotions are the window to our soul prints, and our emotions are not just things that have happened to us, things that we don't have control over. Our emotions are bits of clues that our soul gives us to show us what is really important for us. Clues that our soul gives us to make us aware of our core values. So your emotions are the window to your values, to your soul print. And I want you to take these 5 positive things, these 5 positive experiences that you had, and we are going to ask ourselves, why did I feel happy when this happened? Because whenever we experience a positive emotion, it is because our soul print is being supported by that experience. Let's say I am happy when I reach one of my goals. It might be because one of my core values is hard work and discipline. And that shows that I put in hard work and discipline in order to reach this goal. Let's say I am extremely happy when I hear my 2 boys laughing. Why? Because one of my core values and who I am in my being is spending quality time with my loved ones. That is why that made me happy. So can you see how your emotions can actually share more about you, more about who you are? Just like our positive emotions happens because our values and our soul print is being supported, the same goes for our negative emotions. When you experience a negative emotion, it's because one of your core values or piece of your soul print is not being supported. Let's say you get stuck in traffic. Why does that anger you? Why does it make you sad? Maybe one of your values is respect and you feel disrespected by someone cutting in front of you. Maybe one of your core values is punctuality. It's important for you to be punctual, and that's why you get angry when you are stuck in traffic. So see your emotions as a window to who you really are. And that's how we start to understand ourselves better. What I want you to do now is to have a look at your positive emotions and ask yourself, but why does this make me happy? What does this tell me about who I really am at the core of my being? So let's see if we can take a few examples. I see that, okay, let me know what you could come up with. I know usually I'm sitting in front of my coaching clients when we do this exercise together and I can help them. So Letitia says she values family. Spending time outside. Why do you like spending time outside? Do you feel like you are grateful for your environment? Is gratitude perhaps a part of your soul print? Do you feel like you're closer to God? Is your faith perhaps a part of your soul print? And just like we can do this for the positive emotions, we can do this for the negative emotions as well. Why are you angry about the war happening? Is one of your values justice? Is one of your values respect for humans? Unconditional love towards one another? And as you see, as you're going to connect these emotions and these experiences to characteristics, values of who you are, you're going to gain so much more clarity on your soul prints. So I want you to write in the middle of the negative emotions and positive emotions, write down what you've learned about yourself. What is this core value, the soul print of who you really are before the world changed you into something else, before the world forced you into being someone else. So my soul print consists out of my faith, my family, hard work, self-discipline, unconditional positive regard, and compassion. and also health. So this is who I am. And I'm going to share with you a story of a coaching client just to make sure that you understand how this will become the basis of your self-confidence. And how knowing who you are in your soul will become the basis of your self-confidence. I see Palmer writes, my values are punctuality, respect, gratefulness, gratitude, justice, love for one another, and honesty. Wonderful. My family, love, creativity. So already so much more clarity on who you really are. So I had this client who came to me the one day, and she just had 2 boys a few years ago, and she went through a very difficult time in her life where she felt like she doesn't really know who she is anymore. She doesn't feel like herself anymore. And she just wanted to regain her confidence and regain who she was. And I asked her, okay, but why, what do you want to get out of the coaching? Why do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to be? And she said that she wants to lose weight. And I said, okay, why do you want to lose weight? And she said, well, because I want to look good in the mirror. And I said, okay. So obviously she attached her confidence to what she looks like in the mirror. I want to look good in the mirror. And I asked her, but why do you want to look good in the mirror? And she mentioned, because if I look good in the mirror, it will probably mean that I have a lot of energy. And I asked her, but why do you want a lot of energy? And she said, because I have 2 young boys and I want to be able to spend quality time with them for as long as I possibly can. And all of a sudden, it was like this light bulb went on. And her being motivated by what she looked like in order to gain her confidence and her worth and her identity changed to her wanting to spend quality time with her children. So on the one hand, first of all, she thought that what she looked like was a representation of her confidence and her worth, but that didn't motivate her enough to reach her goals, to actually lose the weight, to actually reach her health goals. But when she shifted and when she aligned her confidence and her worth to her soul print, her values, and one of them being quality time with her loved ones, it was about 4 months and she reached all of her health goals. So this is the power of you aligning your confidence, your goals, your dreams with who you truly are. So it's so important for me because from next day on, from tomorrow, we are going to go into the practical things of what you can do to start building that confidence. But if you don't base that on your core values, on your soul print, it's going to be shaky. It's not going to motivate you enough. I know that this is quite a difficult concept to grasp. So let me know if you were able to understand and to follow what I wanted to share with you today. Okay, Vanessa says yes. Joanna says yes. So this soul print that you've just defined, and you'll probably go on further and define it even more, this will become the basis of everything you do. And tomorrow, when I go through the sources of confidence and when I go through the practical things that you can do, I want you to always remember in the back of your mind, is this aligned with who I am? Is this aligned with my soul print? And if not, we have to change that. If not, we have to change what you set out to do in order for it to be aligned. I hope that this really stood out for you. David says, can you repeat? I'm not exactly sure what you want me to repeat. Millie says, it's brilliant. I've struggled for so long. Struggled for so long to identify my soul prints, and your suggestion was so helpful. I'm happy to hear that. Can you recap the exercise? Okay, so for those of you who would like to further delve into this, step 1, relax, put yourself in a safe environment, and then go and think about the last week or 2 weeks and write down 5 to 10 things that really made you happy on the one side of a piece of paper. On the other side, you're going to write down 5 to 10 things that make you really angry. And these are emotions. These are signals and signs to show you what is really important for you, who you really are. You're going to go through the list of positive things and negative things, and you're going to ask yourself, but why did this make me happy? Or why did this make me sad? And then you're going to continue asking why until you get to a core value, until you get to a piece of your soul print. Because if you get to that and you base everything in life on that, it is so powerful. I have clients who write their soul prints on a piece of paper. They put it in the back of their phones. And actually, when they have a decision to make, they go through that. When they have to make a difficult choice, they ask them, does this support my values, my soul print, or does it go against my values and my soul print? And it's so much easier. I see Julie says, I'm stuck on the angry side. It's my husband's approval and boss's disapproval. So I desperately want people's approval. What is the core value there? Okay. So you say that what makes you sad is the disapproval from your husband or your boss. Why does this make you sad? Obviously, because you feel like you are not approved or like you are unloved. This is going against a core value of you of possibly unconditional love. The value of yours and the need of yours to show, first of all, unconditional love and experience unconditional love is not being supported by the disapproval of your husband or the disapproval of your boss. Can even be respect. Maybe you feel like they're not respecting who you really are. Julie, I'm just trying to help you. I'm not sure if it could be valuable, but that's the way that you can go about that. Linda says, I want to help others. It feels as if I'm helping. It feels as if helping others make me feel worthy. So maybe helping others is a core value of yours because you feel happy when that is aligned. You feel happy when you do something that's aligned with that. Okay, so I think just the fact that we have more clarity on our soul print is already a step in the right direction. And I really hope that this could be of value to you. And I would love to hear from you whether there is anything else that I can help you with in order for you to gain clarity of the soul print. Deepta says, how can I make self-discipline and hard work a part of my soul print? So Deepta, this is a catch-22. So you can't necessarily force something into your soul print, but you can gain more clarity on what your soul print is in order to motivate you more to achieve certain goals, to motivate you more to be hardworking and have discipline. So maybe a respect is a value of yours, and maybe showing respect towards yourself could include working hard at certain things. That's just an idea. On some of the things that make us angry, also about limiting beliefs. Yes, of course. But the thing is, when you focus on your soul print and when you focus on your core values, you have to focus on the positive side of that. So always try to think of why. Maybe we can get you on to quickly discuss that. Where did I see your comments? Elena. Maybe we can get Elena on some of the things we get angry about based on limiting beliefs. Bianca, maybe we can quickly get Elena on to discuss that because I know that there are so many of us struggling with limiting self-beliefs.
Yes, sure. But I have a couple of Elena here. So if you don't mind letting me know exactly.
Okay.
Yes, we have two Elena. So Elena says it's me, but at the same time we have a couple. Let's try.
Okay.
I'm the first one. Okay, she raised her hand. Now it's good. Good. She's promoted right now and she'll come live in a couple of seconds.
Okay.
Hi there. I'm not
Hi,
sure.
Elena. How are
Okay, I
you?
can hear you. I am good. Thank you very much. Really enjoying this training.
I'm so happy to hear.
Just on
Maybe
the point that I was.
maybe just run me past your thoughts when you've mentioned the negative emotions being connected to self-limiting beliefs.
Yes. So I'm working with a therapist, and that's where this is coming from. And last week I spent some time away with my parents, and I was getting frustrated at things that my mom was doing, maybe noticing some weaknesses and things like that. And I can kind of understand where that's coming from, but I don't think it's, yes, you can call it a value, but at the same time, is probably not something I want to hold on to. So I recognize that a lot of the things that I get angry about are things that I actually want to let go of and not necessarily,
Okay, so let's take an example. Let's take an example to see how we can base a positive core value to the experience that you had. So am I correct in saying that the time you spent with your mom and your mom perhaps showing some weaknesses within you angered you?
Yes.
Okay, why did you feel angry when she did this?
I would want her to be perfect, and she's not.
Okay. Okay. Why? Okay, so are you angered by her showing weaknesses in herself or showing weaknesses in you?
I think it is more a frustration with myself that I don't have the right approach to help her. But I also recognize that it's none of my business to have that responsibility. Basically, it's not up to me.
Okay.
It's her thing.
So it angered you to see some weaknesses in your mom and to want to help her, but not necessarily feeling it's the right place to do that.
I felt more frustrated with my inability to support her.
Okay. So maybe support or help is one of your core values. So the fact that you weren't able to support or help her angered you. And one of your core values is to be able to support and help others. So can you see how even the negative emotions show or gives us a clue of what is really important for us?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I think it's, I could argue that it's about not wanting to let go of something that is not in my capabilities. But if I have to be honest, I do have a value of like helping others. So it's not just this one instance with my mom, but if it was someone else, it would be similar. So yeah, I agree.
Okay. So you will see that some emotions can show towards more than one value. And various different emotions can also point to a similar value or a single value. So I think that going into self-limiting beliefs, it is a whole new ball game and a whole other scenario, which I think is extremely important and which I think you'll also gain more clarity on when we focus on the sources of self-confidence coming forward. But for this specific exercise, I think it's extremely important to be able to hone in on that core value by using the clue or the window of your emotions. I hope that was helpful, Elena.
Yes, very helpful. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for joining. Okay, let me see. Is there anyone else who's currently struggling? Because I know I'm spending quite some time on this, but this is so important to understand because this is really going to be the foundation of your confidence. I see that Fadila is also struggling at the moment. Fadila, would you like to join us on stage?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, I can hear you, Fadila.
Hi.
Now I can see you as well.
Yes, it's so nice to finally meet an icon from South Africa. I'm so excited.
Oh, it's lovely to meet you too.
I just wanted to know, like, if you're having sort of like depressive thoughts or like you struggle with weight, like your self-confidence, like looking at yourself in the mirror and stuff like that, how would you approach that?
Okay. So, first of all, we are going to go into the different sources of self-confidence tomorrow. And one of the sources of self-confidence is physical and mental well-being. So despite the fact that we all say you shouldn't attach your confidence to what you look like, it is a natural thing that happens for us as women. So my question to you would probably initially be, why is it important for you? Would you like to lose weight? Do you think, or let me rephrase this, do you think that losing weight will give you more confidence?
I tend to feel that way because I've seen a lot of people like if they've lost like a large amount of weight and things like that, their confidence just instantly, becomes a lot higher, and you're able to like be more open to try new things in life. Whereas now I feel as if trying something new is like I'm going to like fail, or I'm not going to be as good as I would like to be.
Okay, so let's rewind a bit. Why do you want to lose weight?
I've been like thin till about high school, and after that it sort of started becoming difficult, and so I started gaining weight, and ever since gaining the weight, sort of like then the depression starts, and you feel low all the time, low energy, negativity all the time. So I'm trying to find like some positive like aspects as to like if I do lose the weight, what sort of positivity will come out from there? Well, I assume I would feel more confident. I'd be open to try new things. I'd be able to advance in my career.
Okay, so you want to lose weight in order for you to be able to try new things and experience positive energy.
Yes.
Okay, why is it important for you to experience positive energy?
Well, I suppose, the things that you experience in your life, has not all of it has been negative, but like most of it has been negative. So you're trying to find now a way to sort of get out of that negative mindset and put some positive mindset in so that you can move forward.
Okay, so the core of you wanting to lose weight is for you at the moment a method to change your mindset into a positive mindset.
Yes.
Okay, so do you think that there are other ways that you can change your mindset into a more positive mindset?
I would say maybe thinking a bit more positively about myself.
Okay.
Maybe trying to maybe exercise more.
Okay.
Try and get into a healthier lifestyle. Eating healthier.
Yes. Okay.
So that would be it.
Am I correct in sensing that a value of yours that will be supported if you lose the weight and the positive mindset change is perhaps self-love?
Yeah, I would say self-love. I struggle with that a lot.
Okay, so the core problem here is not necessarily weight, but more self-love not being supported. in your current environment. Okay. So obviously, if you feel like focusing on your health and your weight will help you in that regard, by all means, go after that, but use the value of self-love as a motivation to help you, and also try to think of various different things that you can do to show your self-love. Whether it is starting to do positive affirmations, or whether it is depending on your faith, Bible study, or what is the things that you can do to focus on self-love. And hopefully when you start doing that, and when you start experiencing the self-love, the motivation to actually exercise and eat well will also come, because it is aligned with your core values. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes a lot of sense now.
Okay. So I would say that the weight thing in this situation, I might be wrong, I might be right, is basically related back to self-love, and the fact that you desperately want self-love. And I actually saw a comment here, I can't remember from who it was, who said, I lost a lot of weight and still did not have my confidence. So that's why I asked you, is it about the weight, or is there something else?
It's more self-esteem and, self-love, which I struggle with quite a lot. So I think I found it now.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Fadila. We have about 10 minutes left, so I would just like to take the last few minutes for us to debrief. You all know how excited I get when it's time to debrief, but just tell me, what have you experienced? What struck you? What do you feel opened up for you today? And I know that today and yesterday was very soft. I wouldn't call it soft subjects, but if you are wondering, I understand what self-confidence is. I understand who I am, what my soul print is. I'm ready to start working on that confidence. Then tomorrow is just the thing for you, because I'm going to go into really practical ways for you to develop your confidence. So a few of your debriefs, tracing my soul print from my emotion, very handy tool. So the next time you experience an emotion, instead of you just being, this emotion, try to ask yourself, but why am I feeling this? What within me is being supported, or what within me is not being supported? And just the clarity of that is already powerful. Aisha, the idea of soul prints is very striking. The exercise to discover core value was awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Emotions as the window to your soul prints. I'm so grateful for the exercises that can help me realize my core values. I love this idea of a soul print and emotions telling you what values are being supported or not. Building a strong foundation. Then I just read someone saying, learning that my core values or soul print is found within my emotions was such an aha moment. Wonderful. This is very helpful for finding out who you really are. Okay, so I love the fact that you have more clarity on who you really are. And I'm so happy that I could help you discover exactly who you are. The next thing that might happen is you might focus on where you want to be, what confidence you want to have, what person you want to become when your confidence magnifies your already existing skills, talents, and potential. And the danger of focusing on where you want to be is that in the right now, in the right here, you feel like you are not yet there, like you are not yet good enough. And in today's society, today's day and age, it's so difficult for us as women because we constantly faced with these two opposing movements. The one movement is no pain, no gain, go full out. Don't do it halfway, reach your full potential, be the best you can be. And then on the other side of the spectrum, it's the movement of you're perfect the way you are, you're good enough, body positivity, almost promoting a, just sit back and relax type of vibe, if I can call it that. But when we know our authentic selves, when we know our soul prints, it's easier for us to find the midway. And I would love to read you a little piece that meant so much to me. So if you are someone who are confused by these two movements, go full out, reach your full potential on the one side and never feeling good enough, or you are perfectly all right where you are and letting go and body positivity. If you are into these, in the middle of these and not wondering which side to go, I would love to read this piece for you. It's a piece by W. Timothy Galway. It says, when we plant a rose seed in the earth, we notice that it is small, but we do not criticize it as rootless and stemless. We treat it as a seed, giving it the water and nourishment required of a seed. When it first shoots up out of the earth, we don't condemn it as immature or underdeveloped, nor do we criticize the buds for not being open when they appear. We stand in wonder at the process taking place and give the plant the care it needs at each stage of its development. The rose is a rose from the time it is a seed to the time it dies. Within it, at all times, it contains its whole potential. It seems to be constantly in the process of change, yet at each stage, at each moment, it is perfectly all right as it is. So you, my dear friend, are perfectly all right where you are. Yes, you have so much potential locked up inside of you. You have so much skills and talents, so many skills and talents locked up inside of you. And there is a time where we're going to unlock this, specifically using self-confidence as a skill. But don't focus on where you should be. Don't constantly feel like you're not there yet, like you're not good enough. You are perfectly all right where you are. Yes, you are on this journey, but you are where you should be at this moment in time. It was divine intervention for us to be on this call today together, for us to be on this journey together. So you are okay. You are enough where you are. But yes, there are so much more awaiting you. And I hope that gives a sense of peace and a sense of stillness for you, realizing that you can't force your journey. You are on this journey. You can't force it to go any faster than it is already going. Just be patient with yourself and be patient with where you are at life in the moment. Ashwini says, thank you. I can't thank you enough. Exactly what I needed to hear. I'm so grateful. So if you want to search it, let me type it here in the chat. W. Timothy Galway, Rose Seed. You can just search for that if you would like to read it again. So with that, I am greeting you for our second day together. You now know that self-confidence is a skill that can magnify your God-given skills, talents, and potential. But by now, you hopefully have more clarity on your soul prints, and I encourage you to really write this down, black on white, who you are, your authentic self. And we're going to use this as the basis and the foundation for the very exciting and practical things to come tomorrow and the days thereafter. So thank you very much. Thank you, Bianca, for being here with us. And I'm greeting all of you from sunny South Africa.
Thank you so much, Roline. It's been an amazing day again today, and I can't wait for the next ones and sharing the space with you and with all of these beautiful members from all over the world is actually making us grow even faster. I was just reading the comments and I was feeling myself in the comments, like I was experiencing those things, and I thought that I'm alone experiencing, but it looks like I'm not, and you guys are helping a lot. Not only me, right now I have the voice to say it like this, but I'm sure that thousands of people that are reading the comments right now are resonating also. So thank you, Rolene. It's been a pleasure. Guys, friendly reminder, don't forget to be active in the group. We are going to be choosing the winners in the last days of this challenge. Inspire and impact as many people as you can. I am also on the Facebook group, and I'm definitely reading your posts. And congratulations to all of you that post over there and help the community. I've been looking over it and I see that some people are already writing some stuff over there. So see you tomorrow, my friends, at the same hour. Thank you so much for joining us today, and have a beautiful and peaceful morning or evening wherever you are in the world. And for Rolene, send a heart in the chat box if you really loved the session. And see you tomorrow, guys. All right. This is beautiful. Thank you, Rolene.
Bye, everyone.